And today we are going to kick off the press conference for Feile's third fight night, which is happening this Friday, the 4th of August. So Jamie's going to kick off, he's going to explain a wee bit about it. So over to you, Jamie.
Thanks for coming, everyone. Very excited and delighted to be back in the Falls Park after a brief hiatus. Kevin thought he would never see us again, but here we are. Very, very, very happy to be sitting beside this bunch of fighters today. I really believe we're building the next generation of Irish talent coming through, and all these guys will be vying for a position to be heading in the Falls Park and bigger if the lads can pull Casement out in a few years. That's where we'll be aiming. Very excited, very, very excited with the lineup. Kieran Malloy and Kurt Walker, two of our signings, our first signings. Very, very good fighters, quality amateurs coming through the ranks now, coming through the professional ranks. Kieran is vying for an Irish title towards the end of the year, and Kurt for an international belt. So it's another stepping stone in the right direction. Kieran's fight, we're really working on something big for Friday night. Could really be exciting fight and a real step in his progression of his career. On the other side of me, the Croc had a brief hiatus himself last year and is now back for with vengeance. Very, very hungry. Very, very hungry for titles. Working with Billy Nelson now, and I'm really looking to see the progress and the excitement that he's bringing, because Billy rings me every day about it. So yeah, really, really, really excited to see the Croc. This is his last kind of stepping stone fight before the big ones, and I'm really, really looking forward to seeing that. Connor Quinn, local boy, live around the corner from me and Michael. Always kind of seen him running the streets. Didn't really know what he was doing, but he was boxing. And I'm just excited now that he's on the stage and getting the chance to showcase his talents. Fergus Quinn, from the dark lands of Balleek in South Armagh, brings a big crowd. Former Armagh minor footballer, minor footballer, progressing well in the pro ranks, has a nose to show for it, and he really one of the most exciting fighters in the Irish setup, and I'm really looking forward to seeing this year. Another 8-rounder for Fergus, but again, big titles coming this way for him. It's back to you, Ashley.
So we're going to ask a few questions to kick-start the press conference. So Kieran, we're going to go to you first, if you want to pass the mic over. So the last time that you were in the Falls Park, you were up with your dad and you knew you wanted to turn pro, so now you're getting the opportunity yourself to showcase your talent and your skills. How are you feeling about Friday night?
Yeah, good. Very excited. I was watching Michael against TJ Doheny at that time. It was only the second pro show I was ever at, and the atmosphere was unbelievable. And I was thinking back then it'd be fantastic to be involved in these fight nights going forward. So been given that opportunity now coming Friday night, so I'm going to take it with both hands and enjoy it. Very
good. Now we're going to move on to Connor, if you want to pass the mic to Connor. So Connor, you are from Earls Court Street, just off the Falls Road. So you must have spent many a day in the Falls Park, and you're now fighting there live on ESPN. It must be very exciting for you and the family. Are they all coming up to support you?
Oh, well, they're all on holiday actually.
Oh, no,
I wasn't supposed to be on the show, but no, I'm absolutely buzzing. A stone's throw away from the park, and I'll be walking up with my bag, fighting, and walking back home with confidence.
And it is very special to be fighting in the Falls Park. You know, what does it mean as a local boy to be there?
Oh, listen, it's amazing. You know, I never actually attended any of the Feile shows. I was living in Australia at the time when they were on, but I'm hearing all the great reports, and you know, I run the park every day. I'm always up doing the road work. I bring my nephew to it, and I'm getting the fight on it live on TV.
Absolutely amazing. So we've been up during the week and it is looking really great. We're up with Jimmy yesterday, so I can't wait to get up on Friday. So if you want to pass it over there to Kurt. Yeah, you're right beside me. So Kurt, you missed out sadly on coming to the Falls Park last year because you were at the Tokyo Olympics. I don't know what's better, the Falls Park or Tokyo Olympics. So how have you found the progress in the pro ranks now that you're on the verge of your very first title fight?
Yeah, definitely, it's been good. Working on the gym every day with kids, just trying to learn as much as I can before I get this title fight in December, and then kicking into 2024 it'll begin massive fights, but yeah, I'm enjoying it.
And how are you preparing this week for Friday?
Just chill out and watch what I eat until in the morning, then I can enjoy myself.
I'm sure there'll be some celebrations on Friday night, alright. So then if you pass it over to Fergus. So Fergus, after winning the BEI Celtic title and getting activity back in your career, what are you most looking forward to this year?
Yeah, just keeping up the activity. You know, I suppose there was a couple of years there I wasn't very active with injuries and whatnot, so thankfully, you know, I was out there only a couple of months ago and getting out again so soon. Hopefully another couple of fights before the end of the year. So it's just getting activity and building towards bigger, more title fights hopefully.
Maybe a lot of family coming down on Friday as well?
Yeah, there's good enough crowd. Luckily there's good sort of crowd. Travel up from Blake, there was a good crowd there the last time, so same again Friday night I'm sure.
Perfect, and now over to Lewis. So Lewis, after relocating to Glasgow with Billy Nelson and getting back to being active this year, and this being your last step before the big fights, how excited are you for Friday and beyond?
Oh, I'm buzzing for Friday. It's great to be back in Belfast fighting. You know, last time I fought here, Highland show atmosphere was amazing. Always is in Belfast as well. Falls Park atmosphere, all the fights there as well, amazing. So great to be back and active again. 2 fights in succession, fit and full energy, happy. So looking forward to putting on a good performance on Friday.
And as you said there, you know, boxing is just synonymous here with Belfast. What do you think it is about boxing in here?
I don't know, we also love a scrap like, don't we? It is special every night, every fight night is special. Every small hall shows, stadium shows, its atmosphere is always unbelievable.
Well, good luck to all the fighters who are kick-starting it off on Friday night.
Again, thanks everyone for coming. The past 2 years we've been the past 2 shows in the Falls Park with obviously Michael headlining, and we always had set out that with Michael, but we started to think, and for the past few months I've been speaking with Kevin about the next generation coming through and who kind of can carry that flag in the Falls Park and build something new in the Falls Park. And I think we were all under the understanding that the man to my left was definitely that, supported by the man to my right. Paddy McCrory has been riding the crest of a wave the past few years, coming through the small hall scene. I say it all the time. He's like the everyman. He's probably working in the gym today, and then coming straight here after. He's the family man at home. He goes and he picks up the kids from school. He's the man we all kind of can relate to. But recently he's starting to change his mindset and his projections and what he can really achieve in the sport, and I've seen a difference in him. I've seen something that is with a hunger and a drive that he can really now understand what he can achieve, and he's really on the verge of something big. And Friday night, it's another step in the right direction. Steve Woodall is definitely no pushover. It's his toughest test to date. It's someone who's come and who accepted it right at the very start, did not think twice about it. He sees an opportunity in something in Paddy that he can exploit, and he's coming here full of confidence. So Paddy needs to be on his best behaviour and be really, really tight in this fight. It's a really picking fight, great trade fight for boxing. I'm really excited because this could be the one before the big one. He's number 4 in the world. A win here could really set him up for a world title shot, and it's just been a dream to work with Paddy, and it's been a dream to see his progression, because I really do believe this guy could really grip this city and bring it to its feet. To my right, Sean McComb had a bit of a blip in his career after what I thought he was going to, real superstar potential, and then he started to kind of had a bit of a blip, and has really reinvented himself now with Pete Taylor and got his head screwed on back on. I believe this guy is as technically gifted as anyone I've seen in a gym. He's able to do things that most other fighters can only dream about, and I'm really nice to see his showcase. He started to realise that himself and believe in himself after a massive win against Casey Benjamin and Sky Sports. We're really looking forward to seeing Sean against a very tough test. Alejandro Moya just lost the split decision for the European title, and he's here again, full of confidence, no real fear in what is in front of him. Has relocated to Wayne Batten in England, and they really think that they're going to be on Sean's chest for the very start. So he's got to be again on his best behaviour. Both lads, if they win this, massive for the city, massive for everyone on the undercard, because they all get opportunities then to showcase their talents for the rest of the year.
So we're going to ask a few questions to the guys. So we're going to start off with Kevin. So Kevin Gamble is the director of Feile and Football. So we are Feile 35, it's getting bigger and better every year. How has the boxing been received as part of the Feile over the past couple of years?
Yeah, well, I mean, just as Jamie mentioned there, it's fantastic for us in Feile to have boxing back in the Falls Park. When we done it for the first time with Mick in 2018 or 2019, I can't remember the exact year, it literally blew us away. We couldn't believe the size of the production. It was covered in BT Sport, it was seen around the world. And when we say that boxing was seen around the world, West Belfast was seen around the world for all the great things that it is, and Feile and Football was right in the centre of all of that. So for us, it was the start of a fantastic relationship with the lads. And then when Conlan Promotions came on, we done the second fight again with Mick in the park just raised the bar again to another level. And that's the type of level of events that people now expect to see at Feile. And we were delighted, I know Jamie mentioned, we didn't know if boxing would be back. It obviously wasn't there last year. But that's the only year we're letting the lads away if not doing it. So we've marked that one off. And we were delighted to have it back this year. 35th anniversary, again we want to do something bigger and better. And bringing the boxing back right into the heart of West Belfast in Falls Park, having 2 local lads on the headline who literally live a stone's throw away is second to none. And Feile is all about promoting local talent and showcasing that to the world. And there's probably no 2 better up-and-coming fighters that we want to showcase than Paddy and Sean here. So massively looking forward to it. Thanks to the lads, Conlan Promotions, Mick and Jamie for bringing boxing back. And hopefully this is the start of rebuilding boxing in the Feile and the Falls Park going forward.
And Michael, if you want to take the mic, you're looking very fresh after last night. Actually, I noticed a few of the boxers here that were the Roddies last night. So Mick, how are you finding it not fighting this year? How does it feel?
It's a bit hard, you know. It's the first time for any fight where I'm actually not fighting, where I've been like itching to be there and itching to be, you know, in the boys' position. And you know, I know what they're feeling. I know the nerves. I know the anticipation. And you know, I would love to be feeling that right now, but I've obviously passed the mantle over, and the lads are taking it. So I'm really proud to be still a part of it and doing it with Jamie.
And you know, how do you describe that feeling when you are in the Falls Park going down the walkway and everyone's singing along? How does that feel?
It's good, but to be shitting yourself 100%, you know, it's sorry for the bad thing, so to say, but it's nerve-wracking. You know, you got to go in there and put on a performance in front of your home fans, and the noise is different. You know what I mean? You're in your local park, a park where I used to go on the bike from school. I used to be getting up to no good, and now I was getting into this park and having a fight and getting paid for it. It was unbelievable, and you know, it's pinch yourself stuff. And the 2 lads have fought there before, but they haven't fought there being like the main event. So now they're doing that. It is going to be different than the other times, and the noise, they'll feel it. It's going to be special.
Well, and Michael's also going to be there in the night too, so I can't wait to see you there. So we want to pass it over there to Sean. So Sean McComb, a massive win on Sky Sports and in a big way against a very good fighter. You're now back in Belfast. The Falls Road has always been very good to you. What can we all expect on Friday?
It's been on a good road recently. As Jamie mentioned earlier, I've teamed up very well with Pete Taylor, and we've got a good bond, a good connection, and a good understanding with each other. And I think that's showed in my performances. And I'm hoping for the same again. I've left no stone unturned. I just keep getting better every fight. Although I had a great performance last time, there's still mistakes there that we identified and we've worked on. And I'm looking to showcase that come Friday night.
So calling out big names, big profile names recently, are you wary about taking the eye off the ball when fighting a solid fighter like Moya?
Not at all. And we'll see it tomorrow on the way in. No, I'm fully focused on what he brings to the table. I'm always a dangerous fighter, and this time I'm in a position now in life where I have to win every fight. I just bought a house. We'll get married next year, and if I get beat, I'm skint. You know what I mean? So it gives me a hunger every time to fight and provide for my family, and it gives you a different type of focus, and it keeps you switched on.
Well, wish you all the best of luck, Sean McComb. Give him a round of applause. Okay, so now over to Paddy. We were chatting to Paddy last night in the Roddies as well, and he was telling me that he's got the good mindset and he's getting ready for the big fight. So, headline in the Falls Park, how has that motivated you in preparing for this fight?
Yeah, it's a very special night for me. As I've said, the Feile is 35 this year, and so am I. So, like, I'm no pup. And I think I was saying earlier on that I think timing in boxing is everything, and I just think that the event is falling at the right time for me. I think it's the right opponent. I just think it's going to be a very special night.
It is indeed. So Steve Boudall is your toughest opponent to date. He comes in with power, comes in hungry. You're number 4 in the world. How has your mindset changed?
Yeah, so like with every fight, there's more pressure, and now like in the event I'm fighting a guy who has loads of pedigree. I think they're probably overlooking a wee bit. Like if you look at his record, he has some really good wins. He's only been beat by a world level fighter. So I'm expecting a tough test from Steve, or Steve maybe, I don't know what his name is.
Sorry, I probably pronounced it wrong.
Yeah. I've prepared really well for this fight. It's been easier because I'm in an event. The extra hard work in the gym has been easier because I know what's on the line.
And you are also another local boy, St James's. What does it mean to you to be the main event in the Falls Park?
Yeah, like the Falls Park's it's a place that's next to it. We had carryouts. We've attended the Feile for many years. I've had a few fair digs in it as well. Like Mick says, we're going there now to get paid to fight, and it feels amazing. We're going to be in front of our friends and family, and it's going to be a festival feeling.
Well, it is going to be an ultimate night of sporting events, and we cannot wait to be there. So just going to leave it over to Jamie to say the last final thoughts. But again, get your tickets today if you haven't got them, ticketmaster.ie, and we will all be there on Friday night. So, Jamie?
No, I think you hit the nail on the head there. Last remaining tickets, very special night, and I think we're really looking at the start of something big in these two guys' career. Good to see you all there.